Alright, hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel once again, and before we get into today's video, just a quick announcement. If you remember last year we did Awful Month in May, and May is approaching once again. But I've decided we're not going to do Awful Month in the month of May, mainly because still with the new job, still being relatively new into that, and some other stuff I've got going on. I don't think I'm quite prepared, not just for the content, but for the mental torture that comes along with it. But instead, we are going to be moving it to the month of June. So June is going to be off month this year. I don't know if I'll stick with, depending on how things go. I may or may not stick with May. Maybe I'll alternate between May and June. But yeah, so off month is going to be temporarily postponed and moved to June this year. So we're not going to do May like we did last year. But nevertheless, that's out of the way. It's predictions time. Saturday is Backlash. We are going to be in France and we got a very interesting card. Now, excuse me, a couple. Now, excuse me, my goodness, is a couple things worth mentioning. For starters, kind of a short card, but it's mentioned before, or that Triple H wanted to move to smaller cards. That WWE wanted to do like smaller, shorter cards so that each match gets more of a focus. And I think that's a pretty solid idea. Hey, I feel like with larger cards with a lot of matches on them, not every match gets that build that it should get. So having shorter cards, but each match gets its own build, well, I think would be I think is cool. But then also we're gonna be going through the list of matches. His and I'm going to be talking about who I think is going to win each match. We're going to talk about the strongest and weakest match of the night. But then also we are going to. To we're going to talk about who I think is winning and the strongest and weakest match of the night. The thing is, we're reading it in the order, or this is just the order it has it here on the wiki. That doesn't mean it'll be the final order when it comes to showtime. And I'm recording this on Wednesday, and obviously it's going up on Wednesday as well. Meaning, hopefully this is the final card, unless they decide to add a match in the dead of night on Friday. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm afraid of. But Friday, I kind of do have something else planned, and then we're actually going to move System Shock Radio to Sunday. I'm actually going to do Backlash within the same day. Yeah, it's gonna be same day review, same day delivery, like Amazon. But nevertheless, let's get right into it. So the first match we have for the undisputed WWE Championship, first time ever, as the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes defends against the phenomenal AJ Styles. So AJ Styles won a tournament in order to face Cody Rhodes. Here it's going to be the first time they faced off, although not the first time AJ Styles has been across the ring with a member of the Rhodes family. He once stood across the ring from Dusty Rhodes, and find out more about that from my review on Monday of AJ Styles vs. Dusty Rhodes at NWA's TNA weekly pay-per-view number 65, which, like I said, we reviewed earlier this week on Monday. As for who was winning this one, I think it's obvious, as Cody's not dropping it just yet, not to AJ Styles. Also, would it be cool for AJ Styles to get one more world title win within his career and have one more world title run before he decides to call it a day and retire and everything? Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be just yet. Like Cody just won it. I imagine this will be like Cody's first. Essentially, is gonna be Cody's first major defense since winning the championship at WrestleMania. He has defended it, hit us since WrestleMania, but I think it's mainly been on like house shows and stuff. But yeah, so his first major test, at least on TV and on pay per view. But I think Cody's going to pick up the win there, and hopefully this will be a solid enough match. I know some people are trying to write it off almost from the jump, yeah, AJ may not be as limber as he used to be, and Cody, he not quite Bryan Danielson level of technical wizardry, but these two still able to put on a great match, and hopefully we do indeed get that great match. But it's not going to be the only world title on the line, because next up for the World Heavyweight Championship, and I guess they're just calling it the World Heavyweight Championship. I guess they're not calling it the WWE World Heavyweight Championship anymore, so I guess just World Heavyweight Championship. At least that's how it's listed here on the wiki. But nevertheless, has Damian Priest, he will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Jey Uso. I forget exactly how I'm trying to see. That's right. Jey Uso won the Fatal 4-Way on the Raw after WrestleMania. I was trying to see how Jey got this opportunity, but I remember he won the Fatal 4-Way. I literally watched that match. What the hell? But Jey, he got this opportunity, so he's going to be facing Damian Priest here. Again, similar to Cody, Damian's not dropping just yet. Just his first. Also his first defense as World Heavyweight Champion, but Jey, not even the first time that Jey's faced for the World Championship this year, which is pretty insane to think about. Or it might have been last year where he faced Seth Rollins. I think it was last year. Wait, was it last year or this year? Am I tripping? And I think it was this year. Or man, it's kind of, it does feel like kind of a while ago. Not from like a sense of apathy. Just it's things tend to get away from me sometimes in terms of timeline, but nevertheless, Jey Uso getting another shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, and it definitely seems like they're kind of grooming Jey for that upper mid card. All right, I don't think he's winning a world title just yet, but definitely I'm sure will be in the mid card title picture, and obviously that being the Intercontinental Championship. So I think Damian's walking out the winner here. Then next up for the WWE Women's Championship, Bayley will be defending against both Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. So, so first it was Bayley against Naomi. I believe that was the SmackDown at WrestleMania, but Tiffany got involved and I believe either cost Naomi the match or the match ended a DQ. So now she's inserted herself into the mix and has inserted herself into the Women's World Championship picture, and similar to the first two, and I promise it's not gonna be all down the card, but I don't think Bayley's dropping it just yet. But man, they are definitely almost from the jump, almost since she got called up, they definitely are pushing Tiffany Stratton. They definitely see something in her, which hey, I'm not gonna argue against. She's very talented and still very over. It indeed is Tiffy time, but I don't think it's Tiffy's time to win the Women's Championship just yet. So I think Bayley's going to pick up the win there. But then next up for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, the Kabuki Warriors of Asuka that being Asuka and Kairi Sane will be defending against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. So Bianca and Jade on the same side at WrestleMania, going against all the Damage Control. Well, but now instead, almost all Damage Control, I should say. It was an EO there, and they of course were joined by Naomi. But nevertheless, as Bianca and Jade seem to be the new team that's formed in the WWE Women's Tag Team division, which is why I think they're probably going to win the titles here. That first major, or I guess the first major storyline Jade's gonna be involved in now. She's a regular on TV, is teaming with and potentially feuding with Bianca Belair, but I think they're going to win the tag team championships here, the women's tag team championships here. So I'm going with Bianca and Jade on this one. And what people pointed out how is right. This is definitely an unbeatable team. This is definitely an unstoppable team here. It's gonna be tough to beat them, but I imagine them losing might be what leads to that match between them, but time will tell. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with Bianca and Jade on this one. And then last but certainly not least, he's in the other tag team match on the night. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens will be battling in Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga of the Bloodline. So Jimmy Uso is out of the Bloodline. Tama Tonga is in. Jacob Fatu might be next. And they have been running roughshod so far on SmackDown, bloodying Kevin Owens. Randy Orton coming to the save of his new friend Kevin Owens. So when does Kevin turn on him? But nevertheless, as so. This new bloodline, and I imagine they'll definitely get the win. Like it's pretty obvious they're gonna get the win, but I'd mainly to put over this new bloodline to show how dominant they are, and to get Solo a win. And like we gotta get Solo some wins. Come on, Solo. What are we doing? You gotta get some wins. This is pretty much like, no offense to Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, this essentially feels like a layup victory. Like this is definitely to put over the new bloodline and everything. Some have speculated whether or not Jacob Fatu will be making an appearance in this match to potentially help out the new bloodline and stuff. Will that happen? We will find out. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with Solo and Tamatonga there. But there you have it. There are my predictions for what I think will be the strongest, weakest match of the night. The strongest will probably be honestly, you could go with either of the World Championship matches, but I think probably the Undisputed WWE Championship match, and then the weakest maybe the Women's Tag Team match. And remember, like, just because I say weakest doesn't mean it'll be a bad match. Just it's not as like impactful or anything as the rest of the show, but still probably not going to be a bad match. But yeah, so I think the strongest is probably going to be the Undisputed WWE Championship match, Cody versus AJ, and then the weakest probably going to be the Women's Tag Team match. But we will see. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this review. Thank you all. Not review. That's going to do it for these predictions. The review of Backlash will come on Saturday, but that's going to do it for these predictions. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you see the drops. And let me know in the comments what are your predictions for WWE Backlash, who you think is going to win in each of the matches, and which do you think is going to be the strongest, weakest match of the night. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.